Kay becomes increasingly interested in acquiring a Hollywood film studio and sees the world-famous MGM Studios as the perfect fit. MGM at that time is in shambles, a debt-ridden film company which no investor wants to touch. Still, Kay becomes majority shareholder of the company with Leo the Lion as its logo and starts getting rid of equities and assets that belong to the studio to clear the finances and get it back on track. He sells acres of studio land in New York, California, London and Paris and cancels cash-heavy movie projects to save money. He sees the company's future in the film rights of existing classics like The Wizard of Oz and Gone with the Wind. MGM furthermore earns all the musical rights to their movies, and this is the reason why Kay wanted to acquire the studio in the first place. Kay's vision was one of a kind in those days. Nobody thought that far ahead, nor realized what future potential movie and music rights would hold. By doing a friend a favor, he also releases then widely unknown Al Pacino out of his MGM contract, so the future star can play Michael Corleone in The Godfather for Paramount Pictures. Having experience in the Las Vegas hotel business and now owning one of Hollywood's most prized film studios, he wants to merge those two business parlors together and plans an MGM Grand Hotel in the heart of Las Vegas. An entire hotel plus casino dedicated to classic film memorabilia and in the model of the famous Paris Grand Hotel, only bigger, more lavish and more expensive. The costs skyrocket to over $75 million. But again, Kay manages to get the loans he needs to realize his second major casino in Las Vegas. It surpassed the International as the biggest casino, with 2,500 rooms and the biggest gambling floor in the US. Opening night was in December 1973, with Dean Martin the host of the evening. The hotel was an instant success, with 90% of its rooms being booked out 9 months a year. And even the film studio MGM profited from its casino hotel brethren, and numbers started moving again from red to black. Nearly 7 years later, in November of 1980, a horrible fire broke out in the MGM, killing over 80 guests and leaving Kay devastated. As his hotel insurance tried to drag the victims in front of court and to prolong payments for years, Kay himself intervened and paid out $69 million out of his own pockets to the victims, and later sued his insurance company and won back the money from them in court, in the largest insurance lawsuit the country had ever seen. People who knew Kay personally only saw underlined what they already knew, that Kay was an honest businessman whose word and handshake counted, always and without exception. Kay sold his first hotel, the International, to the Hilton Group and saw his personal net worth grow to $133 million. The MGM Grand, however, reopened in 1981, 8 months after the horrific event, even more glorious than before, and now with water sprinklers in each room and a record number of fire extinguishers across the building, making it the safest hotel in the world. No longer interested in the MGM film studios, he sells them to Ted Turner, founder of CNN, including all the rights for movies like Gone with the Wind and thousands of Bugs Bunny and other cartoons, which he knows will be able to fill a 24-hour cartoon channel TV mogul Turner has in mind. He sells the studio and cartoon movie rights for $1.5 billion, which turns him into a billionaire and makes him the 226th richest man in the United States. When a devastating earthquake in his ancestral homeland Armenia in 1988 killed 50,000 people in 25 seconds and orphaned and injured hundreds of thousands of people, Kay would commit himself to a $2 billion airlift project spanning over 2 decades, sending huge planes every month filled with foods and clothes for the devastated and hopeless population of Armenia. It would make it the biggest airlift project in human history since the US airlift to Berlin in 1948-49. In 1997, crowds were streaming into the MGM Grand Hotel to see the rematch of the infamous Tyson vs. Holyfield fight, where Iron Mike bit off a part of Holyfield's ear. Kay was a bit disappointed from the outcome, but he had managed to fulfill another dream, becoming the home to blockbuster prize fighting in Las Vegas. Kirk Kerkorian kept on buying shares of companies, selling and buying hotels, and living every day like an adventure, until his death in 2014, aged 98. What a life this man had. From brawling on the streets, becoming a champion amateur boxer, a pilot for the RAF during World War II, becoming the richest man in Las Vegas, and helping a whole nation when most in need. At its height, Kerkorian's net worth was $16 billion. Life is a crazy journey, but it is your journey. Yours are the decisions to make that will finally sculpt your life. Life is not about getting rich, but living every day to its fullest and always expressing yourself and being honest about the person you truly are. This is Dare to Do Motivation, real stories. As always, thanks for watching and stay blessed.